Her level of submission is a direct reflection of your level of leadership. I know, that is so good. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode 2 actually, of How to Bag a Baddie with your girl, ever it is, 2 E's, not 1, don't you forget it. Today we are going to be jumping in because last time I gave y'all a whole synopsis of what this was going to be, what the things we were going to talk about. But the word that I got for y'all today, somebody needed to hear it. And I only tell y'all this because I got this word while I was in the shower. And I know you like, girl, what do that mean? Let me tell you what it means. It means I get my best thoughts when I'm in the shower. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm alone. I'm quiet. I'm not listening to music or anything. I'm just one with God. And then he gives me what I need to have for that day. But when I got this one, I was sitting in the shower and I got the word of her level of submission is a direct reflection of your level of leadership. I know, that is so good. I'm not gonna let you pat me down. That's good. That's real good. So I said, God, what does this look like? So I'm in the shower, y'all. I'm giving y'all a real deal picture because this was like, I know when I get like, oh, that's whack. So I'm in there and I'm like, okay, remember this. And I keep saying it over to myself. And then I'm like, girl, you gonna forget it. You ain't gonna remember. So I had to jump out the shower. And if you know me, you know, like I'm a clean freak. I don't like stuff out of order. So water on the floor, like foot marks and stuff, drives me insane. So I'm sitting in there and I'm like, oh my God, what I gotta do? I'm like, I gotta go write this down. So I hop out the shower, don't even turn it off. Got the water running, got the flow soaking wet. Now I'm going crazy in my mind, but I'm like, no, I really believe that somebody needed to hear this. So I got it out there, I wrote it down, got back in the shower, got done kind of talking myself through it or what it looked like. Got out, wrote some notes on it, and now we here. So that's why I don't have my notes today, because I think I have it all mapped out in my mind. So y'all, take some time with me, give me some grace, but we're gonna walk through this together. So when I got this message, I was like, okay, God, that's a great topic. That's a great title. Where do you want to lead me with this? And it was like, okay, so men, as a man, you are the leader. But what does that mean to lead? That doesn't mean you're going to know everything. That doesn't mean you're going to have all the answers and you're going to have the roadmap figured out. That does mean that you're going to be intentional enough to go follow through what you say you're going to do. That does mean that you're going to actively seek knowledge. You're going to actively try to find ways and solutions to be able to better your current situation for you and your family. And ultimately, you have somebody to call on to get, the strength that you're going to need on this journey, because the journey isn't going to be easy. So with this, I was like, well, why is it that some women are like super submissive? Why is it that some women are super submissive and then some women aren't? And I know a lot of men are like, I want a submissive woman. But what does that mean? And why do so many men require that, but so few have it? And I got to thinking, and I'm writing. And I'm like, wow, that's what that word meant. Her level of submission is a direct reflection of your level of leadership. How well do you lead? How well do you follow through on the things that you say you're going to do? If you tell her X, Y, Z, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, do you do that? Or do you half effort stuff? Do you start stuff and then do you quit stuff? Do you break the trust factor that this woman once had in you fully, or never even fully developed it, where she doesn't necessarily have the trust in you to be I'm looking for a word, disciplined. She doesn't have the trust in you to be a disciplined man. So it puts her in a masculine state to have to make sure, hey, I got to make sure that we're good as well, because I don't know if he's there yet. And if you're not there yet, this is going to be a great podcast for you. If you are there yet, hopefully this hits something to you and you be like, oh yeah, I do that. And ladies, if you're watching this and you see that your man does do this, go home and get him a pat on the back and say, baby, you doing a good job. Baby, you doing a good job, period. So yeah, when I say that your level of leadership is a direct reflection of her level of submission, this is what I mean. How well do you communicate the plan, the vision, the direction that you are trying to go? Whether you are in the dating phase or whether you are married, already with a spouse, and y'all are trying to strengthen that relationship, how well do you communicate? Because I'm going to tell you, we don't live in the 1960s anymore. So submissiveness is a beautiful thing for a woman, and it's beautiful when she can actually thrive in her femininity, to be able to surrender, that control to you. But you have to give the trust, and you have to give the belief that I'm okay doing this. And typically that's a calling from God saying, you can follow this man because this man is following me. So with that, if you're not there yet, we might need to talk about you. We might need to talk about what you do or what you don't do, or the points that you need to get stronger in. As a leader, you have to learn to take control of every situation in your household. Now, that does not mean dictatorship, but that does mean leadership. That means having a plan and a vision for the common benefit of you both, for whether it's just y'all or y'all have kids, and then being able to come together, explain that idea so beautifully and so confidently that she can fall in grace with that, and then be like, baby, whatever you need, I'm here to support you. But a lot of times men want a submissive woman, but then they don't know how to necessarily communicate that, or they don't necessarily deserve that in that moment because that's not the person that they are. Let me tell you how to beautifully get here. So again, I'm in the shower. We're gonna go back to the shower. So again, I'm in the shower. I'm writing this down. I'm like, God, how does a man ask a woman to be submissive, or how does a man allow a woman to be submissive without requiring her? Because you mention that word to some ladies and they like, oh no, you got me messed up. But submissive is not a bad word when it's used with the right man. And so with submissiveness, I'll tell you from my experience that it's a beautiful thing when I can fall into that, because I trust what you're doing, but you're not making me feel undervalued. That's why I say the communication piece is such a big aspect of it, because being able to go to your woman and say, hey babe, listen, this is the plan, this is the direction that we're going in, and I need full attention here. Now that doesn't mean your dreams and your goals and your aspects, ladies, are on the back burner. That just means that as the leader of the house, you have to allow this man to have some sort of control to be able to take you where you wanted to go. There's a reason why you picked him. So allow him to be the man and don't try to overmasculate him. And that's a whole nother conversation for us today. But anyways, so I'm talking, I'm like, okay, what does this look like? Men, this will be a beautiful way to communicate this to your ladies. Okay, so if I have a direction, I have a plan, I know where we're going. It's all about confidence. It's all about being able to execute them, not only explaining the plan, but executing the plan. And so, again, all roles are valuable. And I think this is important. Let's not miss this. So when you're communicating that you need your woman to be submissive, or you're communicating that you're looking for a submissive type of woman, every woman can be submissive if she's put in the right environment. So when you have a plan and a direction, let me help you. You say, hey babe, listen, I have a plan and a mission that God has given me, and you're included in that. But in order for this to work, we have to come together as a team. So although I have to be the forefront and I have to be the face of this, whatever the mission is, that doesn't make your role any less important. I need to start doing A, B, and C. And while I'm doing that, I need you to be working on X, Y, and Z. Y'all have to decide what the A, B, C, and the X, Y, Z is. However, both roles are very important, because what we're going to do is I'm going to start as the man at the forefront. You're going to start in the back end. That means we're going to come and meet in the middle where we covered all the bases. You made sure all the back end stuff is good. Whether that's the household, whether that's the back end of the business, whatever that is. And sir, you have put in the work, the hard work on the front end to make sure that she's involved with the vision, she's involved with the process, and she feels like y'all did it together as a team. Because I'll tell you, that submission word is so scary, because it makes it feel like you just have to say okay, and you don't want a woman to get lost in your vision, your goals. You want to be able to align them. And when you find the proper woman to be able to do this with, is literally divine alignment. Everything that she's looking for and that you're looking for, y'all can make it on a path to come together, meet in the middle, and everything works out blissfully how it's supposed to. That's why picking the right partner is key. And that's why when I speak about how to bag a baddie, that is not just like a term of somebody who looks good. No, you have to have a woman of more substance than looks, because those looks are going to fade. I'm very aware at some point my looks are going to fade. And although I'm like, oh, I'll never be 21 again. I'll never be 25 again. I'll never be 18 again. So I'm learning to thrive in that vibrance of my youth currently, but I'm also learning to learn these skills, and I'm also learning how to work on myself and doing the back end work. So even when my looks fade, my heart posture is still good. My mindset is still stable. Like, I'm still adding value in so many other areas that my beauty still radiates from within. So I don't have to worry about the outer appearance. And so I want to make sure that when men ask for these submissive women, you know exactly what you're asking for. You know exactly what you're looking for. And you put out what you require. Don't be asking a woman to be submissive if you ain't got all your stuff together. What are we doing? No, I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. You have to be stable. You have to let her know that, hey, baby, I'm in a position where I got you. And that does not mean just financially, but financial does matter in those aspects as well. I got you, and I need you to have me. I got you, and I need you to support me. Because the more that you support the vision, the more that you fall in line with the plan that God is destined for us, both of our lives get better. We both live and we both live. We on yachts in Miami. I'm just kidding. But seriously, you out there creating different lives and different levels of generational wealth that may have not been privy to you before then. So let's break generational curses. Let's make stronger homes. Let's become more intentional with bettering ourselves. Don't get somebody and get settled and complacent, because that's not fair to yourself and that's not fair to you. The same way that you had to go out there and put your best foot forward to get whoever you got, or if you're actively looking for somebody, you know, when you step out, you put your cologne on, you put your good clothes on, you comb your hair, you make sure you got your business in order in some type of sense. You make sure when I take this girl on this first date, I got something good to talk about. I got some encouraging stuff to talk about. I got some real masculine things going on. Don't lose that within the relationship, because again, that does not value you, it does not benefit you, and it does not benefit her. And in the long term, it's going to create distance, because the person that y'all met is the person that you left. Don't lose that person. Don't lose that person. It's so important to be able to keep yourself up and going. And I say this because in my household, we get up every morning and we work on ourselves. What I told you on the last one, physically, spiritually. Let me run down my morning for y'all real quick. So me and my man get up every morning. When we get up, the first thing we do is grab our Bibles. We say good morning. We grab our Bibles. Currently, we're in 2 different chapters. We're reading through the Bible in its entirety, but currently, he just reads quicker than me. That's okay. So he's currently in, what's he in? He's in Joshua, and I am in Deuteronomy. I just hit Deuteronomy. Yes. Anywho. And so we read our Bibles. We read 3 chapters of our Bibles, but when we read it, we write down notes and we write stuff that we can then take after our Bible reading to have a devotion. And that takes us about 30 minutes. So after reading our Bible, we do devotion. After we do devotion, that sounded real country. Y'all heard it. We move our bodies. Gym. We gonna hit that gym. We gonna stay fit. We gonna stay fine. Not just for each other, but for ourselves. Because when you look good, you feel good. I'm telling you, that's a thing. After we come back from moving our body, so now we done worked on our spirituality. We done moved our body. We come back, we take a shower, we read at least a chapter of a book. Whether that's and it cannot be an entertainment book. It cannot be like reality TV. No. It needs to be self-help, because we are trying to actively get better. And we know that we're going to watch some trash TV. So we can't be reading trash TV books too. Like, no, we got to be intentional. So we come back, we read a chapter of the book. By then, we got to get into work. So now we done worked on our spirituality. We done moved our body. We done worked our mind. Now we jump into the financial stuff. Finances, we got to work. Everybody got to work. I don't care even if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're a woman who is desiring to be a stay-at-home mom. Make sure you are finding a way to benefit your family monetarily, because that is going to help, number 1, take that pressure off that man. And number 2, it's going to keep you in a good space, because I'm going to tell you, a woman that makes her own money, even if it's a few dollars, you're going to feel better about yourself. That does not mean you need it. I'm not saying your man take care of you. That's so good. That's so good, girl. I feel you. We in the boat. I want to ride the boat. But I'm telling you, add value in that space, even if it's just a couple of dollars, to say, baby, I can take you out to dinner tonight. I can take you on a little date tonight without it being his money, even though it's y'all's money. So we work on the finances. After we do that, I always talk to, at least once a day, I talk to one of my friends. I can't talk to all of them because I'm busy. I'm busy. But we make sure that we intentionally call one of our friends for that day. We check on them. Hey, how you doing? If they need motivation, we give them motivation. If we just talking some trash and just, like catching up, whatever it is, we're intentional to keep that social aspect going. Because men need men. Women need women. When you only have yourselves, it's okay. Y'all get to communicate about everything, but you don't ever get outside perspective. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes outside perspective is very powerful if you trust the perspective that is coming, if you trust the person that is coming from. So socially, that's what we do. Where we at? Physically, mentally. I said physically, I said mentally, socially, I said financially. What am I missing? Emotionally. We gotta work on our like emotional thing. Like me or him are not super emotional, and that's okay. But we do like I'm very vocal with my feelings. Not saying that I'm just like over pushy on him, but I'm teaching him as well because he's not super emotional. He doesn't do all that. So I'm teaching him how to become better in his emotions. What I mean by that is, if you like something, say you like it. If I say something, because sometimes I just have a blunt mouth, not disrespectful. I just say things that come to my head that to me, it doesn't mean anything, but to you, it may hit you the wrong way. So being able to properly vocalize that, we'll sit down and be like, hey, name one thing I did to you today or said to you today that made you feel uneasy. What is that? Is being sad, whether that's being angry. Name one thing today that I made you feel. And I'll make you, okay, why do you think that it makes you feel that way? Because we're trying to intentionally strengthen that, because we got feelings, but we don't, like focus on the feelings. So that's like not our super strong strength. And that's okay. You're going to find your weakness. And like I said, when you identify your weakness, work on that too. It's never maybe not going to be your strength, but you get way stronger at it. You see, by the end of the day, we've done everything. We covered every pillar, and then we have time to sit back. We got time to kick it. We got time to laugh. We got time to do whatever. But we're intentional on this every day so we can grow just a little bit. It's not about those huge growth spurts. It's about the small, everyday, consistent actions that are going to lead you up to the lifestyle that you're looking to acquire. So I want y'all to be very intentional with this. I want y'all to know that when you're asking this woman to be submissive, make sure that you're giving her the environment and the space to thrive there. Don't require something of her that you can't make her feel safe in. Don't require something of her that you can't give yourself or that you haven't prepared yourself to give her. Because submissiveness comes with a level of vulnerability, and it comes with a level of trust. So if y'all aren't there yet, that's not a bad thing. Don't think that, oh, that's not the girl for me. That's not the girl for me. No. That means we need to work in this area, and let me figure out what I need as a man to do to make her feel more comfortable, to make her feel more vulnerable, to make her feel more secure in this relationship before we run off. Because I've learned a lot of people throw a lot of good stuff away just because, not because it wasn't good for them, but because they weren't prepared for it. And if you get it before your time and you get it before you're prepared, you might be on the verge of losing it. But in this season, we fighting for what we want. We're fighting for what we want, and we're fighting for what we deserve. So this podcast, I done told y'all, we are talking about how to attract her by becoming him. Men, we gonna keep having these conversations. Sis gonna keep on showing up for you guys. Y'all keep showing up with me. We gonna rock this little boat together. We gonna have some fun. I'm loving it already. This only episode 2. But y'all see, I like to talk, so I love this. I love this. But yeah, until we come back with another episode, I'm not trying to hold y'all too long. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know. Hit that like button right there. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss your girl when she posts a video. And until I come back to talk to y'all gonna be great this week. Y'all gonna make sure y'all are being intentional on the things that we're talking about. Take this back to your person if you have a person and talk about it. Let her hear it. If she like podcasts, share it to her. If she don't like podcasts, take this information, and this gives y'all something to talk about over dinner, over pillow talk, and it helps you grow. It helps you talk about those uncomfortable conversations you typically wouldn't talk about, to be able to strengthen what you ultimately want. So your girl is here and happy and prepared. So until I come back, talk to y'all later. Y'all go be great for real. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.